Hello everyone, I'm Andrew McNair from SWAN Capital and welcome to our January 2025 SWAN report. In this video, we're going to be diving into some of the headlines that have been making waves in the financial markets. And I know there's a lot of information out there and it can feel overwhelming at times. So let's take a moment to sift through the financial noise together and discover what these developments really mean for your portfolio and your retirement. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's get started. At SWAN Capital, our market outlook has been cautious because of world conflicts, higher consumer credit, coupled with higher market valuation metrics, all pointing to our domestic markets being overvalued. Now, there was an auspicious beginning to the year. The U.S. stock market retreated in the first full week of 2025 after starting off on an optimistic note due to speculation about softer Trump administration tariffs. However, the mood quickly shifted after those speculations were refuted in concerning economic data as well. Primarily, that economic data was highlighting inflation and the jobs reports. Now, on the inflation front, the ISM Service Index climbed to 54 in December, mostly due to surging prices. Then the Federal Reserve Governor Michelle Bowman noted that inflation has held at uncomfortably above the Fed's 2% long-term target. Although she did acknowledge that significant progress had been made, just not enough. The Fed's December meeting minutes actually backed up this sentiment, revealing that officials anticipate the path to reaching target inflation could take way longer than previously anticipated. And basically, in other words, another rate cut at the next Fed meeting seems very unlikely. Markets also didn't seem to like the latest employment numbers either, which painted a picture of, which is a good thing, continued economic resilience. The BLS report of non-farm payroll report showed an increase of 256,000 jobs. That's way higher than the expected 155,000 jobs added. Now, the private sector also added 122,000 jobs. So according to ADP, meanwhile, the unemployment rate improved to 4%. So the weekly jobless claims plus the unemployment rate, it dropped to 201,000 jobs. That's an 11-month low. The jobs report triggered a response in the bond market and pushed Treasury yields higher, which we felt in our portfolios. When the Treasury yields went as high as what we've seen in November 2023, it affected some of our portfolios where we saw some negative decreases by month because of that reaction by the market. Now, the pressure extended fully to mortgage rates with 30-year rates once again surpassing 7% by the end of the week. All the data paints the picture of an economy at a crossroads where strong employment and persistent inflation will likely delay anticipated and already priced in rate cuts, which have increased market uncertainty and volatility that we've seen in the past couple of weeks is due to all of this uncertainty. So if these continue, markets may need to adjust their expectations for monetary policy in the coming months. Now, in other news, wildfires in Los Angeles and the surrounding areas have led to evacuations and emergency declarations as firefighters are working tirelessly to combat the flames, which are being fueled by dry conditions and high winds. And this situation raises significant concerns about increasing frequency of wildfires, and we know that this is going to impact insurance costs for that retiree on the West Coast that has fixed income. And we know that all too well here on the Gulf Coast with more and more hurricanes, which means more insurance costs. And that's just another symptom of inflation permeating throughout our economy. Now, our thoughts and prayers go out to the families that have been affected by these tragic events. I can imagine losing a home filled with cherished memories inside of it. Now, also noteworthy is TikTok. It remains a focal point in U.S. news, particularly regarding concerns about data privacy and national security, and it's just one of many apps that have been speculated and cited that these fears are legitimate, that data could be accessed by the Chinese government, and we need to be on guard with that information that's shared with different various governments. And so no one knows what really will come out of this. Recent reports have suggested that China is contemplating selling TikTok's U.S. operations to Elon Musk if a ban was implemented, but then a spokesperson said that was pure fiction. So we can expect more developments related to TikTok in the coming weeks, and that will also affect our geopolitical differences and tensions over the next year. Now, as we close out a fantastic year in the market, the new year brings fresh resolutions and opportunities for you to contribute. If you've earned income any time throughout this year, even if it's part-time work, even if it's your spouse that's working part-time, you both potentially could contribute to your Roth or contribute to a retirement account. And I would encourage you to call our office to explore how much you can potentially contribute to your retirement accounts. This is one of the better times to start building up this storehouse of ready cash to take advantage of market volatility or a market pullback. We're also here to help you explore your 401k options and recommend smart allocations that are tailored to you, and your family, to make sure, while the market's at all-time highs, to reallocate and make sure that we are properly diversified. Now, this is all a part of the complimentary services that we offer you and your family. So feel free to email or call our portfolio team today. Now, before I wrap up, I'd like to highlight some of the events that we've hosted this month and share some exciting upcoming opportunities. Now, recently, we held our annual State of the Market presentation in both Daphne and Pensacola, where we discussed last year's market performance and our expectations for the year ahead. Now, we're going to be posting this video on YouTube if you missed it, so you can catch up on this event at home. Now, we look forward to having some great events throughout the year. We're going to have our quarterly classes from gardening to a bullet making range day, so stay tuned for our calendar of events for 2025. We're also going to be hosting a bunch of live events, like the ones at Grand Marlin on February 4th and February 6th. So we're going to be talking about retirement planning, tax planning, and estate planning. So if you're a client of SWAN Capital, feel free to bring a guest, a loved one, a coworker, a neighbor, and RSVP today to see if we have room to have you and that loved one come into that event, and we would love to have you, so RSVP as soon as you can. Also, if you're a federal employee, we have ProFed live events. These are specific events that are 7 hours unpacking all the federal benefits that are available to you as a federal employee. We're going to talk about FEHB, TSPs, and we're going to have 4 of those this year, and we have one upcoming. So schedule with Laura in our office to see if we have availability for you or a coworker. Now, again, that's it for this month's SWAN Report. This is not a custom recommendation to you. I want to thank you, though, for listening every single month. And we're going to have a great year of monthly market recaps throughout the year. So stay tuned. Be sure to click subscribe so you don't miss any of our market recaps. And again, please remember, nothing that we talk about here is a recommendation. But if you want personal recommendations about your situation, all you have to do is give us a call at 1-800-848-8768. That's 1-800-848-8768. We'll be happy to talk to you then, but in the meantime, have a great month.